So Keyboard just released the second ARTWAR contest, and I've been trying to find a way to balance making videos and creating artwork. So I decided to use this as an excuse for me to make more videos. Genius, really. But first, let's read the brief. The art community has been at peace since last year, and the future looked bright heading towards the new year. Unfortunately, good things never last. On the verge of the year 2018, the forces of light and darkness have started to clash in an all-out art war. Will light shine on victoriously, or will darkness engulf everything? Which side will you take? Oh, that's vague as hell. This is going to be interesting because concept art is not really my thing. But you know what they say? Something, do what you find challenging and something. Yeah. Okay, I think what he was trying to say is that you should always challenge yourself if you want to improve. So I've decided to join Team Light, mainly because I feel that drawing dark and evil character is easier, for me at least. So when I think light, a couple of things come to mind. Like halos, wings, shiny armor, gold, white, and other holy things. Now thinking of creating a holy knight type character, a young hero who has been battle scarred by being forced into a war between gods that he really doesn't care about. Now I want my character's face to be partially covered to give them an air of mystery, but if my character's face is covered up, I'll lose that emotional connection that the viewer needs to have with the character for it to work. So I'm thinking of maybe a form of a partially covered helmet or something that could give the character more interest. So I've decided to go with a bevel that partially covers half the face, leaving the eyes exposed, which is the most important part of a character in my opinion, because that's where the emotion really lies. That way I get to have my cake and eat it too. Problem solving is fun. Now, as I said, the contest brief is very vague and underdeveloped. On purpose, I should add, to make it open to as many artists as possible. But artists are problem solvers and I need a problem to solve. So I'll build a world to place my character in that will create those delicious problems to solve. So I like the idea of a hero who doesn't really fight, but has made a vow that they will make sure to protect as many people on the battlefield as possible. Because these were people they once knew. Bakers, smiths, friends. So I'm envisioning the character to be a pavisir, who were medieval warriors who ran around the battlefield carrying a large shield or pavis that was really beautifully painted and decorated to defend other soldiers, usually the archers, while they were reloading. Maybe their friends who were forced to fight wrote their names on the shield and our hero is going to make sure to protect them no matter where they are on the battlefield. Fun fact, pavisirs got paid more than the archers they were protecting. When you're on the battlefield with a giant shield isn't easy, I guess. Now I think the character's coming along pretty well, but I went back to the contest page and I found this. Wow factor. Which reminded me that pretty much all of the judges in this contest work in the video game industry. And you know what is considered wow factor in video game concept art? Ah yes, cloaks and scars, triple shoulder pads, spikes, wings, nicks and knacks, bells and whistles, belts, and of course lots and lots of buckles. But I tend to go with the less is more mentality, so I'm going to find a balance between what I think is cool and what is expected of me. And I will have to come up with a unique trait that makes the character stand out. Now after a bit of thinking, I came up with a good idea. Now, hear me out. Holy glowing hands. Genius. I remembered being a paladin as a teenager playing Dungeons & Dragons, and paladins had this interesting ability called lay on hands. I have a similar ability called hand on lays. Wow. And I like the idea of a low fantasy world where there is no spell and sorcery, not for humans at least. So our hero spontaneously developing holy healing hands after doing some heroic deed would be really strange, and could show humans that they too have unique abilities. Now most of the time when I say a character concept, it is really an armor concept, and the character wearing the armor doesn't feel unique or interesting in any way. Something I like to ask myself is, would this character look interesting if they were wearing casual wear? And the answer has to be yes, obviously. Now I think the character is looking alright, but there is something off. Now this might be concept art 101, but as I said, and I feel that the character standing there symmetrically is hurting the image, so I'm thinking of giving the character more motion and dynamism. That's a word. There, much better. And now time to render the image. I wish concept art was that easy. As this is a concept art, I don't feel like you have to render everything, but this is also a contest, and in contests, presentation plays a part. Now, I like my character designs to be justified. Anytime a character wears something too exotic, I like to ask myself, where did this character get this piece of gear or equipment? Can the character afford it? You'll be surprised how often this creates a problem to solve, and if you can solve it, you come up with a really interesting character concept. Which usually means that super fancy armor is out, unless of course the character is royalty, a god, or a particularly bold thief. I actually enjoyed creating a character concept. Go team! Now it's time for the most fun and also the most frustrating part, the illustration. See you guys next week.